What's up, everybody? I hope y'all are doing fantastical. My name's Anthony, and today we are going to talk about 5 preps that I may have that help me sleep better at night. The purpose of this video is more like a mental exercise because I really want you to go outside or in your house and you really need to look around and find out the 5 things that you may have that make you feel better about if something, whatever scenario you may be planning for, happens, let's say tonight at midnight or tomorrow morning right before you wake up to go to work. So these are the things that you have established now that make you feel like you're ready to go, that you can handle whatever scenario you are preparing for. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and do this video. All right, the number one, and this is really no particular order, but kind of is, whatever. But the number one thing that I'm super happy for is the fact that I already live rural. Now, you could call this a bug out location, you can call it whatever you want to, I really don't care. But the fact of the matter is, I don't live in the city, and I don't live in a neighborhood. So if something does happen, say, whatever scenario you may think about, I'm already kind of set because I already have the land I want. I'm not really around too many neighbors, and I can kind of do what I need to do on my property. The sheer fact that I have 5 acres means I got 4 acres of wood, so I always have firewood. I have the ability to grow the food I need to. I have the ability to hunt on my property. So being rural is probably one of my favorite things that makes me sleep better at night, because all that crap I may have put in my other video, the one I'll put a link down below about 5 things you need to learn before about going rural. Yeah, those are some drawbacks, but the pluses to it are just so much better. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and put that as number 1. Number 2 thing that makes me sleep better at night is the fact that I already have my chicken infrastructure, yes, chicken infrastructure, set up. I got a tractor over there for my bantams, and I got a main coop over here for my big ones. The best thing about having chickens is obviously eggs. I have a constant source of eggs, and one chicken egg is what, 70 calories? So boom, I have a guaranteed 70 calories just from one egg per day. And I have 3 laying hens at this moment before I refresh my flock. So that's guaranteed food I'm gonna have almost every single day, because they lay about what, 6 eggs every week, especially during the summertime. So having a guaranteed food source is amazing. Not to mention the fact I live in South Carolina, so spring, summer, fall, they can go forage for their own food. So when it comes down to feeding them, one bag can last like 2 months. So it's basically almost a set it forget it thing. As long as you give them a shelter from the elements and predators and water, fresh water, boom, you're good. Probably one of the easiest livestock animals to keep. And not only do they keep bugs out of your area, they keep the weeds down because they eat them. So keeping weeds down, keeping bugs away, and giving you eggs is probably one of my favorite parts about having them. Not to mention, they are absolutely entertaining as heck. They make me laugh just watch them run around, the weird calls they make. It's absolutely hilarious. Not to mention Jeff, my other rooster over there, likes to chase my wife around too. That's kind of funny, but hey, that's my number 2. Hello. It's my big boy. See if I can zoom in on his spurs. Look at those things. Good Lord. I feel bad for anything that gets that. But that's Willard. Gentle giant. Let's see. Cool, got some eggs. That's a fake one. Thanks. See you tomorrow. That brings me on to number 3. The fact that I already have a established garden really does make me sleep better at night. Now, before somebody says that, I know there's gonna be somebody out there, a 20 by 20 garden will not sustain me and my wife, 2 adults, for a long period of time. I completely understand that, and that was never the design. This was strictly to supplement. The fact that I can still go hunting, I can still go fishing, and I have stuff stashed away inside my house meant that this garden was never designed to 100% give all of our food needs. But the fact that I have certain plots already laid out, I have my asparagus already in season number 4, I have my 2 raised beds. I'm going to build a 3rd here probably in the next 2 weeks, but I got 2 raised beds that can easily hold all kinds of potatoes. A 3x6, 4x6 potato bed will give you a lot of frickin' potatoes if you've ever done it before. I can grow corn, I can grow the 3 Sisters method. All that stuff will give me a decent amount of food. And the fact that I already have a whole bunch of herbs already set up as well really does help out. I got a fence, don't have to worry about deer. I got situation here for my strawberries. Go back in time and look at my video for that one. I can always make sure I got my vitamin C taken care of. And I got blueberries in here as well. So the fact that it's already established, I'm not having to rush out there if something bad happens and throw together a bare minimum garden, means that I'm already set up and I already feel like I'm going to win because I already know what I need to do. Number 4, my truck makes me sleep better at night. Now I know what you're thinking, really? Are you serious, a truck? Yeah, it does. It makes me feel better. Because when you're a homeowner, in my opinion, if you are a homeowner, you should at least have a truck or the capability to get a truck. You never know when you got to get something that's a little bit too big for your car. And not having to worry about renting one or calling up a friend of mine every time I want to get something big is a major plus. Not to mention, if something does happen tomorrow and the main roads become impassable because of trees, I can drive through lawns, I can go up and down little hills. I don't got to worry about getting stuck in the mud because I got a 4-wheel drive. And that is one thing that really does make me super happy, because I know the capabilities of this truck, and I know the fact that if something does happen, I can get out of Dodge because I can drive over things certain cars can't. Does that mean that since you have a car, you're wrong? Absolutely not. It just means that this is one of those things that I consider to be one of those preps, as you will, that is very important, especially if you live rural. Brings me to number 5. This is going to sound kind of cocky. I really don't care, but I have experience. And that's what makes me sleep better at night. Knowing the fact that I've lived in my location for several years, I live in my bug out location, I guess you could call it. I've been gardening for several years. I know what does work and what doesn't work in my climate. There are certain things that work in South Carolina very well, and there's other things that do not. I can't grow cruciferous vegetables for crap. So when it comes down to cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, I can't do it. They don't grow here. When it's 85 degrees, it bolts. If you know what I'm talking about, good on you. If not, this is the experience thing I'm talking about. Same thing with corn. I know that when you plant corn, you got to plant it a certain way or else it's not going to get pollinated because it's pollinated by wind. So certain things out there you have to learn from experience. And I'm just going to be completely honest here. There's a lot of channels out there that just read crap online and then parrot it on their videos. They've never actually done it before. So when it comes down to actually having to do it, they're about lost because they've never actually done it. I have on the things that I talk about. So when it comes down to something happening, say tomorrow, I know what I'm capable of because I have experience doing things. I have experience processing water. I have experience raising chickens. I have experience having a garden. I know how to cook my own food, that kind of stuff. So yes, it may sound kind of cocky. I really don't care, but it really does make me feel better, and I sleep better at night knowing that I have that. Alrighty, those are my 5. If you agree with me, please give me that thumbs up. It really does help me out, help out the channel. If you would like to do a VR, by all means, go ahead. The thing about this challenge, I don't even call it a challenge. I might as well call it a challenge. Doesn't have to be just for rural people. If you're a city and there's something that you have in your house, 5 things, all you gotta do is walk around and find 5 things that make you sleep better. Boom, put it on a video. I would love to hear it. Go ahead and tag me in it, because it's just one of those things where I think we need to get together as a community and be thankful and give each other ideas. So these are my 5 things that I'm thankful for. Give you an idea for yourself, and hey, maybe you got something around your house that I haven't thought of. Show it to me. I'd love to see it. But if you have learned something from this video, please give me that thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll catch y'all later, okay? Bye.